Alright guys, I was gonna leave. I had to come back. Alright, this is huge. We gotta go over this. I'm really here for you guys more than anything, so I just gotta go over this with you guys right now because, like I said, I was gonna keep you guys updated, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. So let's take a look at this real quick. This huge idea that just came out. We're potentially looking at this area right here, but that's not what I want to look at. This is huge. Alright, we're gonna have to zoom out. This is so big, we gotta go past the hourly chart. I told you guys I'd keep you updated. The markets, they don't take breaks. Alright. There it is. Let's go to a different chart so it's a little bit cleaner for you. I mean, you guys can take a look at what I'm looking at right now. These are all the different charts that I'm looking at, but we'll go to a different chart so that it's cleaner idea. So we're gonna go to, that was Coinbase. We're gonna go to, let's take a look. What do we want to get? Bybit. I love Bybit charts. Bybit's probably better if you don't do Coinbase. Of course, we got our Bybit chart a little messy too. We go over a lot of technical analysis on this channel, a lot of the good stuff. Alright, so you have, let's just go to a different, yeah, let's go to a different chart. But this gives you ideas too, potentially for, let's see, BTC, USD, let's see what we got. Which one do you think has the most liquidity? Does Kraken have one? I'm sure Kraken has one. So you'd go to exchange. Binance wouldn't be bad if Binance had one. Let's see. Kraken? It's garbage. How does Kraken not have a Bitcoin chart? That's absurd. Binance? There we go. Tether. We don't really want to go Tether or USD coin. Crap. Alright. Let's see. BTC. I guess Gemini is probably going to have the most liquidity. Looking at all exchanges. Femex is where you snipe. That's the, people were asking me like where do you go to long? I don't use Femex. I'm not like a big proponent of it. Like somebody asked me earlier like where would you go, if you're a United States citizen? Kraken would probably be the best place to long if you're trying to do it legit. Not a bad idea. So anyways, ignore all this slop. Essentially we just had this break. So what does this mean? Well, it means a lot of things. First off, we set a higher high in the immediate short term, and we started a double bottom pattern. So essentially you have this right here, this entire area. Let me draw it so you guys get an idea. Here's my main point of why I'm telling you this. Pay attention to Bitcoin. Pay attention to Bitcoin dominance as you're getting into these altcoins so you don't get wrecked. Okay, so essentially this is a bottom. Come up here, and then essentially this is a bottom, and this is the neckline. It's sloppy, but you guys get the point. Bottom, bottom, neckline right there. We broke that neckline, so get ready for some price action is what I'm saying. The next potential area is right here to break, and if we break right here, essentially you have this entire double bottom. I didn't mean to draw this squiggly, so it would just be like this bottom. So bottom, bottom, and then again, that neckline idea is right here, but if it breaks this, essentially all we have left is this area right here. Potentially, you have this entire formation like this and potentially a cup and handle formation. Again, I was talking about this idea a few days ago, but I said it was sloppy, and I still agree with what I said. It would be an extremely sloppy cup and handles, but it's still something to keep an eye on. So this is massive. The fact that we just broke this. So this right here is a high. Why won't it let me draw an arrow? Whatever. And then this is a higher high. And then essentially, this is the highest high. So obviously, like, it's pretty obvious that we want to break this level right here. There's this downtrending level of support. We don't really need to look at that. Really, all we're looking at is this level right here. We want to break this level. We want to break this level. Look for those levels. If we break this level, that's going to be huge. If we break this level, that's going to be huge. Keep an eye on the volume. Bitcoin dominance, like altcoin season, could potentially slow this down, but there's no guarantees. We could just slowly move up in Bitcoin, but I gotta bring you this because this is what I'm seeing on the charts, and this is what everybody needs to be looking at. Like I said, especially, thanks for all your advice, keep going. Yeah, so I just gotta bring this to you guys. Like, this is massive. I gotta keep you guys updated. So it looks like we have a small retracement in Bitcoin dominance. It's still looking good. Again, I'm not really going to be entirely concerned until we break something like this on Bitcoin dominance, but you guys got to watch, if you're getting into these altcoins, like I said, go watch Elliott Trades, go watch Crypto Lark, go watch all these other guys talk about altcoins. That's fine, that's great. But just make sure you're watching Bitcoin dominance in Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin pumps, like right here, what is this? This is the Michael Saylor pump. This is the Michael Saylor Bitcoin pump. So if Bitcoin pumps, we could potentially hit something like this. And if we hit it, if we break this level right here that we're looking at right here, this could potentially be one bottom, two bottom, and then potentially a reversal idea out of this massive downtrend. It's an idea. It's huge. I don't want you guys to get wrecked. Keep an eye on Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Again, we have those double bottom ideas potentially playing out. The main thing to be looking on Bitcoin, volume. Keep an eye on Bitcoin's volume. You can play with your altcoins. You can get your, whatever you're fixing with your altcoin ROIs. I got some stuff on Kyber Swap, and I got some stuff on Uniswap, and is that pretty much it? I mean, really, yeah, as far as my lower caps go. And like the Ethereum gas fees are too high. Like, I think I have like 300, 400% ROIs on a lot of these coins, but I still won't take profits on them because the ROI isn't very good when you factor in even Kyber Swap, Kyber network. They use, they're built on the Ethereum network, so they use Ethereum gas fees. So, I'm not taking profits anytime soon. So again, I'm looking at the exact same thing. If we break this level right here, which is going to be the 61.02, it's essentially blue sky breakouts to the downside, which would be absolutely massive for altcoin season. So just things to keep an eye on. I'm right here with you. Like, I bought Unibright a little bit ago. I got Ocean Protocol. It was an okay move. They both returned me over 100%, but I'm looking to potentially sell in this alt pump once we hit down to small caps. But like I said, like with Kyber Swap, it's not worth it. But anyway, so I got alts that I'm looking at too, and I just want to tell you what I'm doing. Like, this is like the best, like, as far as like what you need to know. So anyways, I'm not going to waste your time. That's all you need to know. I just popped back on because I don't want anybody getting wrecked. I want to make sure that you guys are good in these markets. And, if you ever see any comments like that are scammy, any chance Bitcoin is going to go down big. It does not look like it whatsoever. If anything, to talk about your comment, if anything, it looks like this BTC pumping, because I was talking about BTC pumping, could pump Ethereum, and then they could both pump each other. So check this out. Now, I'm not saying to long Bitcoin, but so it's kind of the same idea earlier where, let's get rid of that. All right. So essentially, all Bitcoin has to do is continue to pump, and if it just drags Ethereum with it, because again, Ethereum and Bitcoin are highly correlated. If Bitcoin drags Ethereum with it, then potentially, if it breaks 16,097, 1697, then essentially you have a new all-time high on Ethereum, and Ethereum's going to pump massively. And once Ethereum continues to pump, sorry for the stupid questions. It's not necessarily a stupid question. It's a good question to ask. Essentially, let's take a look at some of these charts. But essentially, let's take a look. We got rejected right here. Seems pretty random to me, but it could be, a fib circle, or I don't think there's any moving averages at those levels. So it'd probably be a fib circle, or maybe a minor trend line on the rejection. And this looks like a shooting star formation. I just saw Bitcoin pump earlier, and I'm like, I got to bring this up. But for like the dump scenario, like Bitcoin could consolidate down. It doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like it's got these nice fractal ideas where essentially you pump up, you have, this is a morning star and then potentially a dump, and then you pump back up, morning star, pump back up, morning star, pump back up, kind of like that fractal idea. Fractals are huge in cryptocurrency, and it looks like, this is nearly a falling star right here. This is a doji pump, that idea. So a continued stair step way up. The only thing that I could see that would make it so that Bitcoin's price action would go down like entirely would be if Bitcoin dominance just absolutely fell off a cliff and we went like extremely low on Bitcoin dominance and altcoin season was just absolutely exploding. At that point, I could see potentially Bitcoin falling, and then if it wasn't able to find support on something like this consolidation pattern, like if it was, there's no major lines, basically probably this consolidation pattern right here, if it was to break below this consolidation pattern, this falling wedge, then that would be huge. Breaking back into it, that would be the only thing that I would see as like a big downside, and then you'd have the potential to catch it at the bottom right here. And Bitcoin's just so ridiculously bullish after that. Like, I just, it just seems like it's going to be consolidation more than anything, just going off of historical data. So hopefully that answers your question. It's not a stupid question. Like, I'm sure everybody wants to know that. That's why they're clicking on the channel, So yeah, that's what I would say is, we'd be looking at that area. There's nothing like super major, like I said, that it would catch. Other than that, there's a lot of trend lines that it could potentially catch, like moving averages. So we'll take off market cipher. I mean, just look at right here, this MA ribbon, like it potentially has the ability to catch all of these different points. So it's very well supported by moving averages right now. We can even turn that off. You see these moving averages right here. You can see they're more colorful. Then you turn off market cipher A, and then you go to these moving averages. They're all right here. They're going to be on all the different time frames. EMA ribbon, all right here. So a lot of moving averages are supporting Bitcoin. So it could definitely consolidate, bounce off of these levels. The only thing would be if it was to break through all these different moving averages, then you could potentially have crosses on the moving averages, bearish crosses. Most likely what ended up happening for that pump is we probably had a bullish cross on one of the moving averages. It's kind of late and it looks like it already happened, so I don't know if I necessarily want to find it if it's not just right here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be right here, but essentially we probably had like a golden cross on like a higher time frame, and that's probably what initiated this pump. But and what I was really looking for is this doesn't really matter. What matters the most to me is this. We just wicked above this. We just created a higher high, which is absolutely huge in the immediate short term. This is exactly what I was looking for, and the potential for a double bottom to play out. Just understand that is in the cards, and if Bitcoin pumps, because the patterns are there now, we just need to see volume. If volume comes in, that could potentially wreck BTC pairs. Or not you would call it BTC pairs if you're doing like Bitcoin comparative to Litecoin, but that would potentially wreck your altcoins. So just be careful. Watch Bitcoin's volume. Watch BTCD. All right, I'm out. Again, I'll continue to update you if there's anything we need to go over, but it looks like we're good for tonight.